just have to apologize flat out because when you put Channing Tatum and an adorable dog in a film, I'm obviously gonna like it. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Channing Tatum's directorial debut with Reid, Carolin, who also wrote the film called Dog. Now, once again, like I said, Channing Tatum is the main character of this, alongside his great cast member, Lulu the dog. I don't know the dog's real name, but that's the dog's name in the movie. And it's about two former Army Rangers who are paired against their will on the road trip of lifetime. Riggs and Lulu race down the Pacific coast to a fellow soldier's funeral to get there on time. Talking about this movie. Like I said from my intro, you put Channing Tatum and an adorable dog in a movie, I'm obviously going to like it. And that's the type of movie that this is. Like, I watched the trailer, it looked generic, it looked like something I had seen thousands of times before. It absolutely even showed me pretty much the entire plot of the movie. So I knew exactly where this movie was going to go. And sometimes you just need a delightful adventure like that. And there's some other movies that are already reviewed this year that I've said that same thing to, but it was a con. But in this category of like family dog movies, I wouldn't even say this is a family movie. I actually have some things with that, but it's just delightful. It's the same story you've seen thousands of times before, but with this charm and delightfulness that sometimes we just need in our lives. And that's where I want to start with my pros. Is Channing Tatum as an actor, I think has just gotten better and better over the years. Ever since Foxcatcher, I think he's risen his abilities to that next level. And in Dog, while he's playing Channing Tatum, he does a good job in that role. You believe his frustrations, his issues, and there are certain things that actually are going on with him personally as a former Army Ranger that I found to be very important to the story, and certain messages that it's trying to say along the way. Don't worry, I'm not going to get super deep into those messages because it's not a deep movie, but the messages on, PTSD, the certain damages that Army Rangers can bring home with them, alongside not just the human ones, but the dog ones as well. I think the way that you see these two bonding, melding, and actually healing throughout the entire story is the way and the reason that it brings them together in that unlikely necessarily neighborhood. And that everyone has a past to them. Every dog has a past to them. Even the ones that are very frighteningly mean on the outside could be the most cuddly little monsters on the inside. Again, Channing Tatum does a great job in this movie. Lulu the dog is also really adorable and has some fun antiques with him. And their chemistry, their banter with one another, and again, that's crazy to say Channing Tatum and a dog, but it is true. You feel it. It feels believable. And for a certain point of the film, I forgot that I was watching Channing Tatum and this dog. I just believed that I was watching this story. Delightful story of two unlikely people coming together. Yes, dogs are people too. They deserve those rights. They deserve better than us. Let's be honest with that. I think dog lovers are absolutely going to love this movie because it's just so sweet and sincere, and there's nothing more that I can just go about it without giving those adjectives, because that's what this movie is. It's not something that you're looking forward to, then this movie isn't going to be for you. If you're looking for something completely new, completely different, and to blow your mind, then that's not what you're going to get here. You're getting just a sweet road trip film that, again, probably have seen before and will probably see again, but it's one that just puts a smile on your face, and I had one on my face watching this film. Actually being able to attend the press conference for this was this sweet and sincere moment that actually gave a lot more depth to Channing Tatum, especially on the back half of him, and reading some other interviews as well as how this is one of his big debut filming roles after 4 years of not acting. And for me, as a film to come back to, while yes, it would have been, we see so many actors come back and do these big dramatic roles, this was something of a little bit of a change in his path. It was also really nice to see him tackle those directorial efforts with Reid as well. For me, I found the directorial effort here to not be like the greatest thing I've ever seen, but to me, it's like, yeah, sure, like this was good. Let's see what you do next. In fact, the only issue that I actually do have with this movie, and I have maybe two, and again, I could go on and on for days. If you want me to get all scientifical and everything of that nature and pinpoint every little issue I have with the movie, I could easily do that. But I have no reason to, because I just enjoyed it. Like, yes, it's the same story you've seen before. You know exactly where it's going to go. But for me, when we look at this, my only two issues I have with the movie is, one, it's marketed as a family movie. And definitely families can watch this, but there's some weird moments in there that kind of split away from the story and also split away from that family tone. Something with a threesome and another thing with medical marijuana. While laughable and enjoyable, and they never go into like big dynamic realms of them. They're literally just played for jokes, and the dog ruins each and every one of these moments, which is funny. There are moments in there that I was like, okay, this isn't a kid's film pretty much. Not a kid's film, but more of a family film. Even adding in there as well, I do think the movie is a bit too long and it does kind of get a little bit repetitive with its storytelling. And I actually do think the movie probably could have been 10 to 15 minutes shorter. And I do think the script is one of the things that, again, while good, certain moments could have been easily taken out of the movie to kind of just make this more seamless adventure. It kind of seems like that's what Channing Tatum wanted. Watching the press conference, reading all about it, and reading other interviews, that's exactly what he wanted to kind of come back into, is a simple tale about a man and a dog. And sometimes these simple tales are delightful. And in this case, it was. It was a delightful adventure with an adorable dog that is ferocious on the outside, but has a lot of stuff on the inside that makes it the cuddliest little creature in the world. And as well, Channing Tatum is good in here. I smiled, I laughed, I enjoyed my time with Dog. There's nothing deeper to this. It does have some good messages on PTSD and certain things that Army Rangers might bring back with them, and again, how they can go back into those roads for recovery, especially after they've lost a lot of things in their lives, giving to our entire country. But for me, I was very satisfied with Dog and just found it to be one of those movies that just put a smile on my face. So with all that said, I'm going to give Dog a B-. Thank you once again, guys, for watching this. You guys are really all the best. I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this, so make sure to leave a comment, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's keep talking movies over here on a daily basis. As well, if you want to see movies early, head on over to Sandwich and Films on how to see those. And of course, until next time, stay classy.